Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of Whiteboard Wednesday. My name is Andy Welkley, and today we're going to talk about some ways to improve the management of the debt that we take on to finance acquisitions. Now, in many cases, when an acquisition is made, it could be a single building, but oftentimes it's multiple entities at one time under one loan. We need to ensure that the value of that loan is split across the entities in an appropriate way. Of course, we're going to do that to try to manage and measure the performance of those buildings. But how can we make that process more efficient and more effective? Well, one way is to automate the posting of the debt journals across those entities. And if we're able to do that, there are certain benefits that we can gain once that process is complete. Of course, we want to look at revenue that these buildings are generating. And we want to be able to compare that with the commitments that we've made against the loan for each entity. When we're able to do that, now we can calculate the ROI and measure that against the forecast that we made as we were doing our modeling exercises on the way into the acquisition. We can measure our performance on the way in, at certain points in time, and all the way through the life of that loan to make sure that we're in concert with the numbers that we expected. If we're not, however, and we haven't broken this up into separate pieces, we may look at the overall performance of those entities in that portfolio against the loan and see that there's an issue. But if we're able to identify where those issues arise, we then can identify the areas of risk more effectively. The challenge is that risk isn't evenly distributed across each of those entities. Vacancies may be more prone in one building than another. Lease terminations may be creeping up on us faster in one entity versus another. We can identify those things and prepare for the occurrences that may impact the overall performance of these entities against our debt commitment. Once we're able to do this and align each entity and the risk each one carries, we can apply the resources to make sure that we are meeting the numbers that we predicted. We are meeting the numbers that give us a healthy return on investment. By allocating that loan effectively within the system that we use to report against, we are much more effective and efficient at managing our overall debt commitments. Stay tuned for more on debt management as we break out into a longer form webinar where we dive deeper into each of these aspects. But that's it for today's Whiteboard Wednesday. My name's Andy Welkley. We'll see you next time.